Hello, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Train Fever. Last time you joined us, we had just finished ironing out the kinks from the Ripon to Ripon, isn't it? Yeah, Ripon to Great Torrington commuter line, which is made up of four separate stops: Great Torrington, Bromsgrove, Bexhill-on-Sea, and Ripon. And we've now got not two. Oh no, when you left there were two, but now there are three trains running on that route. This latest asset is only carrying 3 coaches, but then each coach can carry 20 passengers. It's the latest and greatest upgrade to our arsenal of passenger shipping weaponry, and so far it's actually running out to be quite profitable. So the 3 trains overall are bringing in the passengers. They're not all operating at capacity, but as ever, you know, the fact that we've got available supply should mean we end up getting more passengers on board. So we've got 37 of 60 on board this as yet unnamed train. Take a hint. But the others, they're running with similar numbers on board. What should we do? Should we bring up the trains or should we bring up the stations? Let's bring up the stations. So here we go. Great Torrington. I mean, that's just left, and we've got 8 people waiting there already. We're running at cruising speed right now. We're not at the slowest. We're not at the fastest. We're kind of in the middle. We've got 30 waiting at Bromsgrove Grand Central, and then a little further away, here down at Bexhill. Train has just left the station, and we've got 7 waiting currently, and then at the end of the line, we've got another 30 waiting. So the ideal, obviously, is that each time a train gets close. So the capacity of the different trains, we've got 1 with 60, and we've got 2 with 72 currently running on those routes. So we're not quite getting close to capacity just yet. But that will change over time. The good news is it is making us money. So if we have a look at our balance sheet for the year, where are we? We're in May, and we're currently running positively in May. Last year was when I bought the train in 1963, and obviously that new train cost me $1.5 million, and we only ended up $500,000 down. Do the math yourself. You work out we would have made $1 million profit if I hadn't bought a new train. That's pretty good. So, all in all, that's coming along nicely. And I think I'll leave it with 3 trains running on there for now. Potentially adding a 4th one later. Volume of trains is kind of cool to see, but it doesn't make sense if we're not filling the ones we've already got. So, the numbers are solid, certainly. Who have we got coming in here? Let's kill these off for the moment, because I have a project or 2 in mind for today. Here we go. So we got a chap coming into the station now. Let's form a nice angle to watch this from. This is the new one. Oh, I see, and I thought it through. We'd have been able to see that even better. Ah, what a mug. Anyway, they're making money. There's Easy Rules. Clearly making a name for himself there on the Riptor commuter rail. So, looking at all the routes we have going, Haverbex is obviously tearing it along, but it's got maximum capacity. It's running 5 cars, 5 carriages as part of its consist, and then you've got Havertukes, the grand old line of them all. Let's go give it a quick follow and see exactly what's going on. Running in an A4, I haven't spent nearly enough time following A4s around. They are incredibly glamorous to watch. This whole area, of course, was one of our original builds, and it's about to cross over the lines. We go under the bridge here. Over the bridge. Oh, sorry. There's the original crocodile, who is going to be interrogated shortly. No, I mean, I do think that this whole area we could do with some changes to the way that the lines are set up. So 68 passengers waiting, 70 passengers waiting, and 72 capacity. Now, that's what I call profitable. Grand, train 6, getting it done, as is his comrade. Now, the problem is coming up from our goods line. So this chap particularly, 16 iron out of 48, is just not good enough. Then the coal train is, you know, it's performing slightly better, but it's only taking 10 goods out. Now, is it because these chaps are slow? I wouldn't have thought so. But frankly, they're just not making me any money. In fact, looking at our lines here, they're doing nothing but losing me money. The iron train in particular is a near total washout. So here's the station, 15 iron waiting, and that's, you know, that's okay. The iron mine itself, yes, it's using the line. The production is adequate. Let's have a look at the cargo. And what I would expect is that, as ever, the cargo is freewheeling around the place. Oh no, it's all turning up. Okay, well that's not so bad. 19. What are we going to be looking at by the time the train gets back? Where is the train? Coming into the tunnel now. Okay, it's got a capacity of 48, but you know that's not. 2 new vehicles available. So that's a tram quite clearly, and this is a class 103. Interesting. I have to give that a look when it comes time to exchange. So he's going to fill up. We experimented for a little while with waiting until the train was full, but there we go. Look, this is iron just going on its own. I don't get it. I don't get why it would do that. Now there is another iron mine just up here. So I wonder whether it would be worth. So this line here, we spoke about this when we first built it, is this line runs round in a half loop, going through the tunnel and then out to the steel mill. It wants me to try and ship more goods. Well, I would ship more goods if they didn't just depart on themselves. So I think what I need to do is upgrade this station to create a dedicated goods platform, I suppose. So we can have a dedicated goods train on there. Because, I'm either going to stick with this or I'm not. This particular freight area. Well, you know, that's kind of stating the obvious, but I'm either going to make a go of it and invest heavily in order to make that happen, or I might as well just ditch it now, because it's not doing me any favours currently. And when you look at the number of goods that are just working their way along the road, now is that because I'm not picking up enough? What exactly is it? But these non-full loads coming in pain me, because they should be full. Now maybe it's the frequency that route runs. What are we looking at? 7 minutes and 4 minutes. I mean, it's not particularly long, is it? So I need to come back to this. I need to come back and give it a thorough look. Meanwhile, let's bring up our entire vehicle manifest. We've got some old vehicles currently kicking it around, and those 2 crocodiles are the oldest we have. Meanwhile, out on the roads, we've got this road vehicle. Now this chap is delivering iron manually. Where the heck are you going? Good reliable route, good reliable truck. He's making money, hand over fist. Where are we? What number did I say it was? 18? What number are you, my friend? You're 18. Okay, so road vehicle 18 has made us 145 grand this year. Thank you very much. There aren't an awful lot of my passenger services that can say that. On which subject? Our first objective of the day is going to be to set some auto replacements, because we're still using some relatively archaic vehicles. Right, Ripon Circle. Let's have a look at the vehicle replacement we've got booked. We haven't got any booked at the moment. So, currently, what are they using? They're using something you can't even get anymore. We have a choice of the Sora Tusha, which carries 13 passengers. Or the Mercedes Benz. Ooh, that's nice. It's 15 passengers versus 13. 80 kilometers an hour. Well, I think that's a given, isn't it? Right, let's get these Mercedes in service. In fact, we'll do that across the board. Frankly, if you're not going to use the best vehicles available, you know, what are you playing at? Use the best thing you can possibly get your hands on. What's that? We've done 1, 2. I think we just did Ripon, didn't we? Yes, we did. And Tukes. Set vehicle to be the Mercedes, which remained in service until 1990. Okay, fine. So that's, you know, that's 35 years of cranking those guys out. Even Tewkesbury Oil, that single truck still running the utterly pointless oil line, has made money this year. So he can stay in on, well, spoke too soon. No, there he goes, making it money. So he can stay in service a little longer. The Haverhill steel line is doing very nicely indeed. None of these are making epic amounts of cash, are they? But they're all doing fine. Meanwhile, let's have a look at see how Wolfman is doing on the Bromsgrove shuttle. In answer, not amazingly. Let's go and have a look and see how we do. Now, it could be that this shuttle isn't really taking off because the city hasn't really started growing. Town, city, whatever we're going to call it, hasn't started really accelerating its growth yet, because we've only just managed to nail down the thoroughness of the train line operating, and we still are hitting up several stops that, you know, no one in their right mind will ever wait at. You know, we've got a few people waiting for the train, but passenger services on the tram, not so much. Now maybe if I put another tram into service, let's, what's our service time at the moment? 6 minutes. It's tempting. It's certainly tempting. Yeah, details. How old is it? It's 33 years old. Okay, I think we'll book him in for a replacement. Right, and that replacement is going to be this Mirage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What have we got here? Oh, that's fun. Okay, proper commuter train type deal. Yeah, the new one is well, it's more powerful. And that'll stay in service forever. Okay, right. Well, let's put that in as the auto replacement, and it can come into service when Wolfman runs out of steam. Okay, smashing. So I think we need to get some goods going into Bromsgrove. I think that's certainly high on the agenda. We need to get our actual rail-based goods line. We need to tame it. We need to get it working harder and faster for us, which probably means taking those crocodiles out of service. But more than that, it means getting these trains to do the job. Right, so here is the eventual station where we're dropping goods off. Tewkesbury transfer. Right, we're picking up coal further up line. We're waiting for 31. See, that's adequate. I guess because it's so far for the coal to go, it can't be bothered to go personally. Whereas this iron is, it's just taking the mickey. I don't understand it. Equally, I don't understand how I'm losing so much money on these lines, because they're always carrying something in their load. So let's have a look. Value. Running costs of close to $1 million a year. I think that's a bit of a giveaway as to why these lines are losing so much money, is these trains are ancient. Let's go to the depot. Where's my nearest depot? Which way am I facing? Why am I unsure of where I am? Here we go. Right. Trains. Okay, there's Crocodile. should be costing me 650k a year. They're costing me 900 and some odd. So both, given that they both came into the service at the same time, both are costing me, 50% over what they should be. That's not ideal. Just out of interest. There we go. As if by magic, Train 2 has reached its lifetime. Okay, right. Well, we're working on a replacement. Please hold. Right. What are we going to use? Open wagons, which are used for iron and coal. Is there nothing better than that? Is there not a superior wagon? So first things first. What are we going to use here? Now these. That's not even the crocodile I'm using. Okay. Let's have a look. Diesel hydraulics. Cool, fast, heavy loco. That's a beast. The 103. However, what about this Mirage? That's quick-ish. Okay, right. Come on, make a decision. Now, do we want to go with this diesel? Very cheap to run, not particularly fast. Or do we go with... Now, actually, this was only used until 1968, so I think that's a bad idea. This guy goes until 1990. What are we looking at? 200 kilonewtons versus 177 kilonewtons. Train 5. Which is Train 5? Come out to the tunnel and then we'll see. Oh, it's an opportunity to replace... Okay, so both my crocodiles have aged out. So let's send them to home base. Go to the depot. All right, you can't find one. What about you? Go to the depot. Right. Excellent. You still need to go to depot when you're facing in the right direction. Right. You just turn around. Go to the depot. Nope. Okay. Well, you carry on as you are doing then. I'll figure out how to get you back there in a minute. Where was I? I think I was close to a decision. For crying out loud. Let's pay attention here. Right. We decided that 1987 for this kind of shunter-esque diesel is possibly what we're looking at. Right. For an extra 80k a year, we can go for these bad boys, which are way faster. Sold. I'm buying it. I'm buying it. Six. Let's power on some more. 8. Right, you are now my iron shipper. Do not let me down. Tewkesbury Iron, off we go. You, can you find your way home yet? Let's go follow it. Here we go. So my problem is going to be, because I would very much like to... Really? The Amusing Express has reached its lifetime. That was fast. Wow, we have moved forward at a rate of knots. Go to the depot. Why can't you go to the depot? Where is the depot? You need to come across on this line. Right, okay, so... Just hang on. Okay, next time maybe. There you go, look at this handsome beast. Don't let me down, I want you picking up all that iron. You are fast, and you've got a heck of a lot of storage. Okay, so yes, so our coal and goods line is frankly, it's a fusion line. Right, so it splits off here and drops off goods there potentially. before going on and picking up coal, which is why historically I've had them both coming from the same train. There's a certain amount of sense in that. However, and what I'm clearly not able to do is increase the size of this platform due to some fairly sketchy planning on my part. Let's slow everything down here. Okay. So I think what I'm going to need to do, let's replace the Amusing Express now. Where are you, Amusing? Where are we? Yep. Zooming in. Just arriving at Ripon. A goodly number of passengers on board. Right, once he turns around, we'll send him to the nearest depot. Bit of a downer for the passengers, but can't be helped. Cash we've got exactly 10 million. That's very nice. To the depot, dear boy. Thank you. Yeah, I think the sensible thing to do. It's not what I would call sensible, particularly. I think what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to have a rethink of this line over here that incorporates this iron mine as well. We'll try and bypass using this. This. I don't want to tear up this tunnel, or I don't want to leave it empty either. Probably make a new tunnel. I know it's an expensive way of solving the problem. To come down onto here. This is already double tracked snow. We'll double track this as well, which means deleting this bridge. Is that going to be necessary? How much are you carrying? 34. Make me proud. And we need to replace the other train, and then maybe we'll get somewhere. Okay, intriguing. Right, has Amusing turned up at the depot yet? Is that him? No, that's easy. Carrying 70 of 72. Very nice. We definitely need to get more goods lines operating in our favour. If nothing else, to try and drive a little bit of growth in some of these towns. We're never going to have monster numbers of trains running if we don't. What do we got here? It's the Haverbex Express carrying 89 of 90. Ah, Amusing's already in. Good. Okay, buy a train. What are we going to replace it with? Now, this Mirage will carry 64 passengers, which is very nice. 990k a year maintenance. Oof. Okay, the alternatives are this 1301, which is properly quick. Properly quick. I don't think we're on the right line for that to work. These guys stayed in service till 74. We're going to be past 74 fairly quickly. Do I want to sync? No, I don't. This is the commuter route, so we'll go with... What's the difference in speed? Exactly the same. It's very expensive though, but it will last 50 years. I'm going to buy it. This is the new Amusing. Okay, we'll sell the old one. Right. Here we go. Amusing Express. Right, set it on the Riptor. Set the line. Zoom in. As is always the case, we will go out watching this new beast in action. Very expensive. I hope you're worth the money. It's only little, but if I were to run 4 of these on this line, it depends on its capabilities as far as maintenance. does have this incline to deal with. So it's a this is what it comes down to it. So it's very good. And it's not £2 million. What the alternative was. Okay, so it's coming into the station now. It's going to load up for the first time. Fantastic. Thank you very much for tuning in. What are we going to do next time? So I've got the other... I think we're going to tackle the goods line. I think there's no two ways about it. Has to be done. Tackle the goods line. Make it profitable. Get modern stock on there. And hopefully it'll pay off. Once you tune in then, chuck a like at this one, chuck a subscription if you haven't already, and by all means, comment. Commenting makes the world go around. I've been Colonel Failure. I'll catch you next time. Cheerio.